Bruh, I ain't trying to make this a long video, but I've been called this out since last year. And it just all started with the so-called, Stop Asian Hate thing. When they over there talking about anti-Asian hate crimes, and then they making it seem like it's the black people at a higher number doing all these crimes. Because that's what the media narrative was. It's like the media made a complete 180 on the narrative. First, it was about Asians getting targeted and blamed for the coronavirus, and they've been, discriminated against by Americans in general. Now it flipped to that to black people. It never made sense to me based on history, because I know a good deal of history, and based on the economics, because black so-called black community is like, we're a good chunk of the economic base. So how we go from that to just hating them all of a sudden? And then if that was the case, how come it wasn't a shitload of black people in 2020 during the height of the coronavirus going ape shit on Asians? And as a matter of fact, black folk was following protocol, staying in the house and stuff, and worrying about surviving. Cause I wasn't thinking about no damn Asians. Black folks I'm around wasn't talking about Asians and stuff. Even on the internet, it wasn't talking about, oh, these damn Asians, they brought us the coronavirus. Black folks weren't even talking about that. And if there are some black folks that got caught talking like that, guaranteed they got into like a situation with an Asian person. The Asian person said something slick, and then they said that, oh, you brought the coronavirus here as a way to like make the Asian person feel some type of way. Not necessarily hatred. Cause I've seen a couple of instances like that before, but that was based on heated arguments, going back and forth with each other. You already know what it is. When people get into like a heated argument, they'll say stuff they know that the other side will feel some type of way about. But all in all, it's like the media basically mirror force the narrative. It's like they magic cylinder the narrative. It was like they full countered it from the Seven Deadly Sins. Meliodas, full counter. And they was reporting isolated incidents and trying to make it seem like it was an epidemic of black people just going after Asians when that wasn't even the case at all. Those were isolated incidents, and some of them was taken out of context. Like that Asian dude, no, like that black dude who pushed that old Asian person. First of all, the black dude didn't even know he was Asian, because the guy had a coat on, a hoodie, had a mask on, and then he was faced from the opposite direction. So he couldn't know if he was Asian. And then the black dude had mental problems. He had mental issues, and then he had incidents prior to that where he has a history of just lashing out on his mental issues. And then he wasn't necessarily like a black American. He's more like a foreigner. The media didn't mention that. There was another black dude that committed like a crime against an Asian, like an older Asian woman, but he was a damn criminal. Like, I'm not about to take rap for that. Shit. He went to jail for killing his own mom. Like, what the hell? Anybody could have got that work. But they trying to make it seem like, oh, these just black people having anti-Asian sentiment, when that wasn't even the case. It was just an isolated incident from a criminal who just happened to be black. Damn, man. And some of those incidents look staged, like a couple of them look staged. When the black dude wearing that pink hoodie looking like they got that dude dressed like a black exploitation character. And then there was another incident that came out, like, let me see, like damn near a couple of months before the end of the year of 2021, where this black dude just walked up to this Asian woman. This shit looked staged, bro, because he just came out of nowhere in the corner. Like, the cameras was super good. It just happened to catch the shit. Nobody was around. They were just by themselves in New York. Nobody was around. He just came out of the corner. Like, you watch the video, she was already in the place she was at, and then the black dude just randomly came out of the corner as if somebody said, cut. I mean, yeah, action. And then he just came out. He didn't even, like, go past the woman's side before he turned his head around. It's like he turned his head around before he came to the woman's side. It's not even like he went past the woman and then turned his head to see what her face looked like. It was like he was just a little behind her side. He wasn't even exactly on her side. That shit looked the stage, hella stage. In some, like a couple of other incidents, that was labeled anti-Asian. If you look at the story, look at all the facts, like, there's necessarily no proof that those incidents was even anti-Asian. That was basically hearsay. She says hearsay. Like, there was a cop in New York that was just happened to be off duty, happened to just be there when this black chick and this Asian chick hashed at it with each other. And they claimed that the black female was saying some anti-Asian rhetoric, talking about you run the coronavirus here. And even if that's the case, like, how is she getting arrested? Like, you cannot arrest somebody for basically talking shit. Nothing happened. Nothing physically happened. It was just people going at it with each other, having the damn argument. Like, you can go to jail for arguing with an Asian person. And there's no proof she said that. That was just what the so-called cops said. You know how these cops are. Sometimes they be lying. We didn't get the other side of the story. That's two sides of the story. One side, the other side, and the truth. We didn't get the other side of the story. And then there was an incident when these two black chicks was in the store, right? They got into like an argument with an Asian woman. She was like one of the owners of the business. They were basically like arguing with each other. Something happened. Something we either said and done. The black chick got super emotional. She knocked over some stuff, and then she laid hands on that Asian woman. And then the other black chick was trying to pull her out, talking about she wasn't worth it. That's what she said. That was her side of the story. She said that the media was trying to paint them out to be something that's not. She said they both were getting charged, but she didn't even do anything. She was just trying to pull, I think that was her cousin or something. She was just trying to pull her off and talking about she wasn't worth it. I believe that Asian woman did or said something that was disrespectful to make that black woman go off. And this ain't me trying to defend these daggles or anything. I'm just saying at the end of the day, I know how a lot of black people think. Like, for the most part, we just ain't gonna go off the rails, off the grid, just like that, like for no reason at all, just for no reason. Most of the time. Yeah, there's some incidents, sometimes where a black person just go off for no reason at all because they fucked up or they're just a damn criminal. I'm not saying that doesn't exist, but I'm saying, like, for the most part, especially when it comes to like these other groups, like, our interactions are not always the best with these other groups. Because people want to make it seem like it's only black people that's fucked up when these other groups are fucked up as well. And I like some of that culture, some of these other groups' culture, but it doesn't mean that's superior to us just because, we like certain aspects of their culture. I don't think these people are superior. No one's superior to anybody. We're all the same. shit. But yeah, there was another incident where these two black teenage girls pulled up on some Asians, and they was telling them to do that again, like do that again, as if they did something to them to make them go off that way. And that was it. It was just them arguing, and that was it. Nothing happened, but the police and them, they were trying to label that as anti-Asian hate. Like, what the world? Like for arguing? It's incidents where, where somebody who's Aryan, yeah, especially if they Aryan, they do something to an Asian person, it doesn't get labeled as a hate crime. They're just trying not to just put it as a hate crime. So there's a difference there. It's crazy, bruh. That get me thinking that, either the cops are not labeling it or the victim just say, nah, I'm not gonna label it as a hate crime. I don't want to press charges. They'll just let it slide. So that making me think they working together to make a stop and frisk, to make some laws out here, or to try to throw black folks under the bus. Because I think last year that I remember somebody saying that Mayor Diablos, whatever his name is, he was talking about making something where, like, you can send police officers at your house, stir up at the crib if you say something crazy about some Asians. So basically, that's stop and frisk on like super soldier serum on steroids and stuff. That was talking about stop and frisk in 2001, like leading little code words about stop and frisk. Yo, they gonna bring stop and frisk again, cause you look at all these incidents, right? And you had a video of this Asian woman speaking anti-black rhetoric at a black female on a train, and the black female smacked the shit out of her ass for talking fly, cause that's how some of them get down, man. When it comes to with the Aryan folk, they on their best behavior, even if they do did wrong. Like, I see a lot of videos out here with these Karens out here going off the grids inside these nail salons and stuff like that. They don't lock them up and go Naruto on them. They don't those Asian shits in there, they don't be hitting them Karens with them gentle fists. They don't hit them with the gentle fist style like they be doing like these daggles out here. They make sure not to put their hands on Karen. Like, if that's just bad for business anyways, regardless. And if you're gonna do that, at least get that same energy to everybody. Like, I'm not one of these people out here that's just gonna throw black society under the bus and not call out everybody else and not say something about everybody else. I'm calling everybody out here on this channel. Everybody can get this work. Not just a Dago or Pookie and Ray Ray. Everybody can go get this work. And then what really made me feel this type of way is when, you got a lot of these Asian conservatives, mainly the Asian females. Why am I not surprised? Teaming up. They're like going on these white male conservative platforms and stuff, and they teaming up with them to point the finger at black people. And again, I'm like, why am I not surprised? Why am I not surprised? Duh. White man, Asian woman. A match made in hell, in my opinion, if you ask me. It is what it is. That's just how I feel. You look at that hit piece Juju Chain had on her platform. If you look at the hit piece, it was nothing but Asian women and white men throwing black people under the bus, especially black men, because they were just showing black men a white dude on there was like, we need black people to see that you're attacking Asians. Like, they would never put some black people on these platforms in the media and talk about everybody else or what they doing to us. They barely let us do that when it comes to these police officers or some of these white supremacists out here. So I thought that was just a slap in the face because you paint everybody with a narrative, and this gonna affect me because I'm black. At the end of the day, they're not looking at us like individuals and shit. They're looking at us like one big black mother effing society. Like, they're looking at us as a whole. Cause this can affect you during the travels, right? Cause a lot of this media shit, this propaganda, yo, we're not the only ones that's watching this shit. This shit's getting watched globally. So this is why I'm calling this shit out, bro. This is dangerous. This is painting everybody with a certain narrative. If you are traveling and you go to these countries, man, somebody might feel some type of way and pull up on you. And what you gonna do? You at their territory. You at their house. You not at your house. And I said this video wasn't gonna get long, but sometimes it be one of them things where you say it's not gonna be long, but it's long. Video, I wasn't even supposed to be here this long, but I gotta address this, man. If you a black dude, or if you just black in general, and you live in New York, maybe New Jersey, but especially in New York, because a lot of this propaganda is coming out of New York. It's not happening everywhere else like that. LA was kind of doing it, but they stopped like around the middle of 2021 after they got that little crime bill thing and got some resources, intangibles. They stopped that shit. Most of this shit is coming from New York. Fam, if you from New York, you better be stacking your bread up, get your money right, just that and the third, man, and just be on your P's and Q's because they about to bring stop and frisk. Yeah, stop and frisk is about to be coming back. And they're going to target y'all black asses because of the media and then this whole stop Asian hate thing where they're making it seem like it's black people out here discriminating, being racist, and attacking Asian people at a high number and shit like that. So we already know, bro. I already know it's going to be, they're going to aim that shit at y'all, bro. Even though it's been proven that it's not even the case. Even researchers from the AAPI even said that that's not true. That these attacks are disproportionate by the Aryan race. In other groups as well. Even if you want to include some black people, other groups as well. Like, they're not showing the videos and the reports of many of these Hispanics out here committing crimes against Asians. And even some of these, like, Middle East types, like these Siberians, I think that's how you pronounce them. Middle Easterns, etc. They committing crimes against them too, and other Asians. But they're not reporting it on the news. They just nitpicking. And if they do report somebody else doing something, they'll make sure to show you a video of a black person pushing somebody. Like, they can never report it by itself. I'm calling that out, and I'm not gonna let somebody make me feel guilty for calling that out. Man, this is dangerous, bro. Y'all gonna get killed, bro. Y'all better come together and start put some money up to like a lawyer and sue the damn city. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to sue the damn city. Y'all need to start making people pay, man, and stay out their stoves. These people want to blame y'all for shit, blame black people for shit. Stay out their fucking stoves. I gotta get shout out on General Tito because he said the same thing when he made his video about the whole South Asian hate. It's some bullshit. Stay out their fucking stoves.